It was a bright morning at the Boeing assembly plant in Everett, Washington, when something extraordinary happened. Something that would soon send shockwaves throughout the aviation industry. Engineers, executives, and aviation enthusiasts from around the world gathered, buzzing with anticipation. They were all here for one reason: the unveiling of Boeing's latest marvel, a new engine for the legendary 747. But what they didn't know was that they were about to witness a technological leap so unprecedented that it would change the game forever. The legacy of 747. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. The Boeing 747, affectionately known as the Queen of the Skies, first took to the air in 1969. With its iconic hump and massive size, it revolutionized air travel, making it more accessible and comfortable for millions. For decades, it was the jewel in Boeing's crown, synonymous with luxury and innovation. However, as the years passed and newer, more efficient aircraft like the Dreamliner and the Airbus A380 entered the scene, many began to wonder if the 747 had seen its best days. Was it time for the Queen to step down? A bold move, enter the new engine Boeing, wasn't about to let its beloved 747 fade into the background without a fight. But instead of simply upgrading the existing models with minor tweaks, they decided to do something truly daring. They designed an entirely new engine, one that promised not just to keep 747, but to catapult it back to the forefront of aviation technology. The anticipation in the room was palpable as the massive hangar doors slowly opened, revealing the new 747 sitting proudly on the runway. But this wasn't the same old aircraft everyone was used to seeing. No, the shock factor. What's under the hood? As the plane rolled forward, it became clear that the real star of the show wasn't the aircraft itself, but what was underneath its wings. Instead of the traditional four-engine setup, two massive, high-efficiency engines that looked like they belonged on a futuristic spacecraft rather than a commercial airliner. The crowd gasped in unison. What was going on? How could a plane as large as the 747 possibly fly with just two engines? The whispers grew louder, filled with skepticism and curiosity. Had Boeing lost its mind, or was this a stroke of genius? Behind the innovation, the science of efficiency. Let's break down what makes these new engines so revolutionary. Traditionally, 747 relied on four engines to provide the thrust needed to lift its enormous weight into the sky. But these new engines, developed in secret over the past few years, are unlike anything the world has seen before. They're larger, more powerful, and, most importantly, far more efficient. Thanks to cutting-edge advancements in materials science, aerodynamics, and engine design, these engines can generate the same amount of thrust as four traditional engines, but with just two. And they do it while burning significantly less fuel, making the new 747 not just a powerhouse, but also a green marvel. The big reveal, a sustainability game-changer. As the presentation continued, Boeing's lead engineer stepped up to the microphone, his voice filled with pride. He explained how these engines weren't just about power, they were about sustainability. In an era where the aviation industry is under immense pressure to reduce its carbon footprint, Boeing's new engine is a game changer. By reducing the number of engines and improving fuel efficiency, the new 747 cuts emissions by nearly 30% compared to its predecessors. That's not just a small step forward, it's a giant leap toward a more sustainable future for air travel. The applause was thunderous. The real-world implications. What this means for airlines and passengers. So what does this mean for the airlines that operate the 747, and more importantly, for the passengers who fly on them? For airlines, it's a dream come true. Lower fuel consumption means lower operating costs, which could potentially lead to lower ticket prices and higher profit margins. Additionally, the improved efficiency means that airlines can fly longer distances without refueling, opening up new, non-stop routes that were previously unimaginable. For passengers, the new 747 promises an even smoother ride. The larger engines reduce noise both inside and outside the cabin, creating a more pleasant flying experience. Plus, with fewer parts, the new engines are expected to be more reliable, reducing the chances of delays or cancellations due to mechanical issues. The skeptics. Not everyone's convinced. Of course, not everyone is ready to jump on the bandwagon just yet. Some aviation experts have raised concerns about safety, arguing that relying on just two engines for a plane as large as a 747 is a risky move. They point to incidents in the past where engine failure has led to disastrous consequences. Boeing, however, is confident in their design. They've conducted extensive testing, simulating every possible scenario to ensure that these new engines are not only safe, but superior in every way to their predecessors. Time will tell if the skeptics are proven wrong, but for now, Boeing is standing firm in their belief that this is the future of aviation, the future of the 747. A new era begins. As the presentation came to a close, it was clear that this wasn't just about introducing a new engine. It was about breathing new life into a legendary aircraft. The Boeing 747 has always been a symbol of human ingenuity and the limitless possibilities of flight. Now, with these new engines, it's poised to continue that legacy well into the 21st century. The Queen of the Skies isn't going anywhere. In fact, she's just getting started. What's next for Boeing and the aviation industry? With the successful unveiling of the new 747 engine, Boeing has once again proven why it's a leader in the aviation industry. But this is just the beginning. As other manufacturers scramble to catch up, we can expect a wave of innovation and competition that will push the boundaries of what's possible in air travel. So the next time you see a 747 soaring overhead, remember this moment. It's not just a plane, it's a symbol of how far we've come and how far we're still willing to go. The skies are calling, and Boeing is ready to answer.